The second half of the Elite Eight is all set up, the South and the Midwest. Let's hop right into this video breakdown. First, we're going to be taking a look at NC State and Duke. Next, we're going to be checking out the Tennessee and Purdue game. Then I'm going to be predicting, based off of these picks, the Final Four, and finally, the National Championship. If you want to see the last Elite Eight video or the Sweet 16, those are also linked in the description, as long as these times, if you want to skip around in the video. With that being said, let's just hop right into it. So this is a look at the current March Madness bracket. These two games on the left here we predicted in the last video. The link to that is in the description down below if you want to check that out. There are some spoilers in this video, however, I made some very bold predictions in that video, so you should definitely check that out after this. Now, or you can check it out before to avoid the spoilers. So first we have NC State and Duke. This is our very first game here. NC State is the complete underdog in this scenario. It's an 11 seed and a 4 seed, so naturally they're going to be the underdog. However, Duke's debatably only here because Houston lost their best player in that Houston-Duke game. The only stat NC State leads over Duke is free throws, and that is a 1% difference. Duke gets more rebounds, not by much, but a little bit. 3-pointers, Duke makes more 3-pointers. It's not just the percentage, but they have a higher volume of 3-pointers. And as far as field goals goes, Duke is also leading in that category. When I was watching the Duke-Houston game, it was a very low-scoring game. It was 54-51 was the final score, and that's arguably a football score. You don't see that in basketball very much. And it was a defensive game, and Duke came out on top, which means they can win the defensive bouts. And as far as NC State goes, they have a high-powered offense, and NC State has looked phenomenal in this tournament. I mean, they did just beat the 2-seed Marquette. Duke did beat the 1-seed Houston, and they did pretty well against their defense too. Now, before I reveal this pick, if you are enjoying the video up to this point, I would really appreciate you liking and subscribing. And my favorite thing is when you guys leave comments and talking about the picks. I love having those conversations. Those are so much fun. But like and subscribe, and I also really appreciate that as well. It's completely free, I'm sure, as you know. But with that being said, my prediction for this game, I do have the Duke Blue Devils going to the Final Four. They definitely deserve to be here regardless of how they won in the game against Houston. This is a very talented team, a lot of talent here. They have a good replacement for Coach K, and the Final Four is not what I expected from them based on how they were playing heading into the tournament, but they're here now, and they are here to play. Moving on now to Tennessee and Purdue. If we take a look at the stats here, Purdue is dominating all stats for the 1 seed, right? That's not shocking, but Tennessee, the one stat that isn't shown here, this does not show any defensive statistics. Poor choice by me, but nevertheless, Tennessee is the best defense in the tournament. That was proven when they held off Creighton offense, and the Creighton fouls very little, and they forced them to foul a lot in their final game of their season there in the Sweet 16. Tennessee moved on, and as far as my prediction goes, I mean, looking at these stats are really fast. Purdue leads in all of them, and some of them aren't close. Like, look at the three-pointers. They have such a higher percentage. Tennessee shoots way more. If Purdue's going to win this game, they have to shoot a lot of three-pointers. I mean, rebounds, Purdue is crushing them in. They're crushing them in field goal percentage. And in the end, the free throws, that Purdue has the advantage over them. I don't think they're going to get too much of them. And the reason why I'm going with the upset here is because of the defense. I've said it, and I'm going to continue to say it. That Tennessee defense is so good, and that's really going to show here. Now, this is a look. Oh, my bad. This is a look at the Final Four. I have UConn playing Alabama and Duke playing Tennessee. Now, in this video, that's the spoiler I was talking about in this video. And now in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to be predicting up the national championship. So Bama or UConn, I can click on either one. That wasn't necessarily a spoiler. However, it kind of was because I am picking UConn to win this game. Bama played so well up to this point. I'll admit I didn't expect them to get here. I didn't expect them to get here at all. But they did, and they definitely deserve to be here. I mean, they're a very, very good team. And I have Bama losing here, not because they're incapable of winning the game. I think they have the best coach in the tournament. They're going to give UConn a lot of trouble, but that UConn defense I think is just too good. Bama's defense themselves is good, but it's not good enough. You have to have top tier defense to beat UConn. And as for Duke, I just feel like Tennessee overmatches them in all categories. I think Tennessee has the better offense and the better defense. Coaching, I might give that edge to Duke, but in this case, I don't think that's going to matter because I still like Tennessee's coach, which is why I am going to pick them to win this game and move on to the national championship. Speaking of which, Tennessee and UConn. Now, if you can recall 30 seconds ago when I was talking about the UConn-Alabama game, I did say the one thing you need to beat UConn is a good defense, but UConn is still the 1 seed for a reason, and they are the best 1 seed in the tournament as far as I'm concerned, and it's not close. Their defense is so good, and they have a prolific offense. However, these are the 2 best team defenses in the tournament, and when those 2 meet, what I would go with is the better defense, and I think that's Tennessee. Now, UConn's offense, I will admit, is better than Tennessee. However, it's March. It's March, all right? It's not just going to be the 1 seed winning the tournament. I mean, that did happen with Kansas. But look at last year. A 4 seed won the tournament, and they played a 9 seed. And a 9 seed got to the Final Four, and they played the 5 seed in the national championship. So, it's not... March is never going to go exactly how we expect. Heck, we might have 2 4 seeds in the Final Four, and I think we will. We have 2 4 seeds. We're going to, at least in my opinion. And here we are. UConn is going to be in the national championship, and they won last year. Winning back-to-back is so difficult, and just kind of gut feeling that really good Tennessee defense is going to carry him here. With that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. Again, comment your thoughts, who you think is going to win the national championship, and I will see you guys in the Final Four video.